American Jury and Bulldog Nation. This is the Eric Deters Show, always sponsored by Deters Consulting. Parks Yoga. Check us out on all our platforms, and I am here to entertain you with the news because there's a lot to entertain you with. Top story we've chosen is Biden declares he has ended cancer. By the way, late breaking news, he also said that only 100 people died of COVID. Thanks for telling the truth, Mr. President. Finally, thank you. Here's what Biden said. He's ended cancer as we know it. He made it during his speech about mental health awareness. Unbelievable. One of the things I'm always asked is why Americans have lost faith, big things. I said, I'd cure cancer. They looked at me like, why cancer? Because no one thinks we can. That's why, and we can. We ended cancer as we know it. The guy's full-blown demented. He's cured cancer. Remember, Gore invented the internet, and this guy cured cancer. Biden has no command of his dog Commander. It's apparently bit 10 folks, including Secret Service people, and they laugh it off. They say, because the dog's under a lot of stress. You know, what kind of a human being keeps a dog that's biting the hell out of everybody? At least keeping that dog around people. It's truly amazing. All right, Wisconsin winker guy. This guy secretly taped people having sex, and even winked at him. So I call him the winker. He's a prosecutor, folks. He even did it to somebody he was prosecuting. You know, it is amazing, isn't it? For good, there's good things and bad things always with technology. But the taping of sex acts against somebody's will is kind of messed up. Don't you think? The winker man. All right. This guy is fighting extradition. He's a Marine pilot. His name is Daniel Duggan. He's been training Chinese people. He's fighting extradition. I got to ask a question. We want this guy. What about Joe and Hunter? Just asking. This is an interesting story. Hunter bought a company that received $34 million of taxpayer money, which is tied to Hunter Biden. Apparently, this could mess up his plea deal. More on that later. It's going to happen today. Jeffrey Epstein withdrew multiple $80,000 cash several times a month for massages. So let's say at least $160,000 cash for massages. This guy, of course, we know what those massages were. This guy is every masseuse's dream. I sent this to my massage therapist, my guy. By the way, just know, I get a massage for 90 minutes once a month. And it's awesome. And you know what? I think it's part of my total fitness thing. You know what? I texted this to him and I said, you would love a client like this. He goes, not like that. We had a good laugh. All right. Sad story. 3 Marines were found dead in North Carolina. Identified as Lance Corporal Tanner Coltenberg, Lance Corporal Marax Dockery, Lance Corporal Ivan Garcia at the Speedway. Authorities say they don't expect foul play. Something weird going on there. All right. 61% of Americans say Hunter got a deal, like Don Rickles. A deal, and Kelly's Heroes. Of course, how did 39% say he didn't? What do you base that on? Trump is kicking ass in Iowa. DeSantis has faded 6 points in 3 weeks. Folks, a movement goes, and that's either direction it's going in. It's hard to stop. A Gallup poll says only 18% of young adults and 29% of Democrats are extremely proud to be an American. The Democratic Party, the American Communist 10, the media, academia, Hollywood, this is a product of their work. They want people hating our country. Proof's in the pudding, folks. You don't get that without the message. They absorb it like a sponge. That's why they go after kids. I think I already covered this, but I think I covered how much he bought, and then he got the appointment. That art buyer we talked about yesterday, he visited the White House 13 times after he bought his art. Axelrod is saying Kevin McCarthy and the others that are bringing up impeachment, they're just not serious people. So Axelrod the Serious will always be known as the Serious on the Eric Deters Show, thinks that all that we know about impeachment of Joe Biden, demanding his resignation and criminal prosecution, is not serious. But by golly, the false impeachment of Donald Trump, that was serious. Stay serious, Don. Stay serious, Mr. Axelrod. If you didn't remember, this is one of the right-hand men, the architect, the campaign manager of Barack Obama. Serious, my ass. All right, UFOs are an open secret in the military. Whistleblowers to tell Congress today that pilots see this stuff all the time. It's happening. Like we didn't know that. All right, looks like the defense of Kohberger's going to be, he wasn't there. It couldn't have been him. It wasn't there. DNA, I don't know how it got there. The sheath, not there. You know who this guy is? He is a sick, well, you got the picture up there already. He is a sick killer is who he is. Ron DeSantis has now fired a third of his staff to save money. Let 38 people, folks, this is just an example. He's just going the wrong time. He can't save himself. All right, I am going to defend Donald Trump about this. This is amazing. And I guess if you're an attractive woman, you know what this is like. Donald Trump kisses Carrie Lake on the cheek. On the cheek. And it goes, oh. You know, really? In this day and age, how many times do we see men in everyday life here in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area, and across the country, and in big time, it is standard practice to kiss women on the cheek. Now, if he stuck his tongue in her mouth, I think we'd all have something to talk about. He kissed her on the cheek. Sabrina is my producer, okay? I have never even kissed her on the cheek. But at an event, if she came up to me and I kissed her on the cheek, really? Since when did cheek kissing mean you're having an affair? This is outrageous, and it's sexist. It's why Dr. Hook sang a song. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it's hard because everybody wants her and everybody wants to talk about her. I think I got way off on that one, didn't I? All right, 69% of GOP voters believe Trump is the strongest candidate against Biden. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, bushies. How you like that? Pretty darn good, isn't it? Okay, this gynecologist accused of sexually abusing over 200 patients, 20 years in jail. Why is he not executed? I don't get it. All right, this is, we might have to add this to a clip, Sabrina. This is hysterical. Geraldo Rivera has come up with a wonderful idea, he says. You know, there's the 5. He was on Fox News, and he's no longer with the 5. He says, hey, I got an idea for a show. Let's call it the 4. Do you remember the comedy Something About Mary? And there was 8-minute abs, and the character, the main character, picks up the guy who comes up with the idea for 7-minute abs, and Ben Stiller goes, "What if somebody comes up with 6-minute abs?" No, you can't. It's 7-minute abs. So, hey, Geraldo, after you pull off this wonderful idea of the 4. I'm going to come up with the 3. I mean, it's unbelievable. You remember Something About Mary. Absolutely hysterical. All right, police halt the removal of Twitter sign off the company's headquarters. They wanted to put an X up there. Wanted to check to see if there was a permit going or not. Harry and Meghan Markle have been banned from a private LA club. Woo! They just keep getting snubbed. Apparently, she's staying at an LA hotel to take offers and whatnot. You know where this is headed to? Porn. You watch to make money. Harry and Meghan are gonna have to make a porn movie. All right, Chuck Norris. You don't mess with Chuck Norris, right? He filed a lawsuit asking for $30 million unpaid profits from Texas. Walker, Texas Ranger, it settled who knows how much. But I'd say Chuck won. You don't mess with Chuck. Can you imagine having a lawsuit with Chuck? I don't think so. Hunter's lawyers lied. They lied about This is wild. Keeping some evidence out of with the clerk of the courts. They lied to try to keep some damaging evidence at the hearing today, the plea hearing today, and the judge gave them until 9 p.m. last night under seal to explain themselves. I don't know how they can explain themselves. It looks really bad. Maybe this is a signal she won't accept the plea. God, would it not be glorious if she did not accept the plea? Oh, I would love if she didn't accept the plea. This is a sad story. Nicole G., one of the 13 service members killed in the Afghanistan withdrawal, they were forced to find $60,000 to move her body to the final resting place. You think about all the freaking money that we waste, and we don't take care of this Marine. It's awful. Bronny James, sad story. Cardiac arrest in practice. Thank God he's okay. You know, I got a hot-cold relationship with LeBron James. I admire him. I don't like his politics. But this is sad. And folks, I'll go ahead and say it. You know, this, Hamlin, everything else, this is different now. And you know what? We have a right. He's a public figure. LeBron, they're public figures. We have a right to ask, did he get the jab? Now, we may never know. We may never know. But I bet you did. And I'll bet you watch. If he got the jab and his career's over, you watch LeBron and Team LeBron sue the hell out of a pharmaceutical company. It'll happen. Thank God he's out of ICU and going to be okay. Kevin McCarthy last night screened Sound of Freedom for members of Congress. I want to know how many Dems went. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can sign up on YouTube, Rumble, all the platforms. Spread the word. Best entertaining political commentary you're going to get in a nice little short period of time.